Hello guys, and welcome to the Game Beans, and welcome to another episode where I'm going to show you the DPS specs. This one I'm practicing on Elementalist. Yay, shitty spec, but you know, people want to use it. So, Elementalist. This also all the guides that I'm doing, or check them all out on YouTube, or check out the guides on www.thegamerbeans.co.uk/LP. All in there, all the guides I'm going to be doing, all the past previous guides, like the old Define Elemental guide, if you ever wanted to look at that, or whatever, all the 1.11 specs are on there. If you're actually in Storm Legion, I can't use all these abilities, so you don't have Storm Legion, so that's okay. So, Elementalist. Why is this spec good? It's semi-good. This spec is incredibly good burst DPS, good for dungeons because all the dungeon bosses die pretty fast. Otherwise, apart from that, it's a mana drainer. It doesn't spec raid scale at all, and it's not very good DPS for raid. So this spec would really be really good for dungeons for burst damage, basically. What spec do you want? You want 61 Elementalist, 15, and Necros will also be on this guide below or whatever. So go Death Addict, whatever. And the main one in this one is Epidemic. Every time my pet crits, it makes like Plague Bolt or Crystalline Missiles instant, and it's like whatever, and reduces the global cooldown on it. So it's pretty good. So macros, do you need any macros? I only have two. That's about it. So Elementalist Burst, this is your spam macro, and this one I called it pet. Basically, this is one of your cooldowns. You have a few of them. What does this do, you may ask? Well, this basically, this ability here, it sacrifices your pet and restores 50% of the mage's maximum health, and busts the mage for 15 seconds, increasing their damage by 50%, and causes them to do additional damage, fire damage, while it's up. So, as you can see why. So, it just sacrifices my pet. Then, underneath it, I've got a fast summon, so when I cast my pet, it'll make it instant. So I could just spam that 3 times, and then my pet is back out, and whatever. What else? All the only good cooldowns you have to do have Intensify Elements, increases my damage done by 100%, and increases my pet done by 50%, and also reduces my global reduces my global cooldown by to 1 second for 15 seconds. Another really good ability. Anything else damage wise? Well, you're going to be using Prismic Volley. Don't use this while you're doing your cooldowns because it's just a waste. You might as well just keep on spamming this. Summon your spam macro to get as many crystallized missiles up as you can, in my opinion anyway, because you have the reduced global cooldown. You don't want to waste it on a 4-second channel, even though it does a hell of a lot of damage. You make sure that you have Ignite on the bus all the time. 8 seconds increases the pet's damage, increases the pet's crit by 30% while it's up. Any charge ones where you want to make sure you have Raging Elements. This increases your pet's damage done by 30% for 30 seconds, and it's a 30-second cooldown. Uses 50 charge, so as soon as it comes off cooldown, make sure you got 50 charge, use it again. Simple. But then you might be thinking, whoa, spit on for 30 seconds, what other charge can it do? Well, use Elemental Force, and then it does it stacks 5 times and does additional damage. Pretty much simple. Buffs, make sure you have the Fire Elemental out. When you got the Fire Elemental out, you can use Synergize, which is on the pet, and when it does damage abilities, it gives you 3 charge back. Prismic Armor, this increases all your resistance by 100, the damage done by 15%, and has a 20% chance to reduce your global cooldown to 1 second for 10 seconds. So basically that's what Russian Elementalist is, but that's it's certain, where this has a 20% chance. And then you got the Lightning Blade, so you know, a little bit more damage if that ever hits off. It doesn't. The only thing is, Lightning Blade doesn't proc from your pet, only from the abilities you do. So, as you can see, why is this good burst DPS? Well, you'll soon see right now. So you can use cooldown straight away, so if you're in a boss and the tank can handle that aggro straight away. This is what I would do. I would use Ignite always, I'd then try and get enough charge to get the end. Then I dismiss the pet, make it pull up, use your cooldowns, and go spammy on the boss. So you got all your. So for 15 seconds you got pure whatever. So if you have pet crits, which it sometimes does, but the more crit you have, the better it is. And as you can see there, I had a lot of burst damage, but that's about it. So once you've done all your burst damage from your Elementalist, that's when Elementalist starts going downhill. It's only really good for burst damage, as you can see. And my mana is going down like a fucking truck. It's just a mana eating machine. Make sure you have Ignite obviously, but yeah, mana eating machine. Only really good for dungeons, for when you're trying to spam out a boss. And to be honest, I haven't tried it. I'm doing Elementalist Necro soon. Necro might be even a better pet spec to use, but I will soon see when I get to that spec soon, later on. But as you can see, Prismic Rushing Elements is actually a 1 minute cooldown, so you can actually use it. Make sure you use it after 1 minute again, and then once 2 minutes are over, all your cooldowns will be off cooldown again, and you know, as you go. That's pretty much Elementalist. Elementalist is really easy, really lazy DPS spec, but as you can see, the DPS isn't really the best. So to be honest, I would stick with one of the other DPS specs and forget about Elementalist. But if you want to use Elementalist, this is the spec to use. So make sure you check out all the other guides, other specs, and go on www.thegamebees.co.uk to check out the written guide of Elementalist and all the other specs. See you later, guys.